Doug Greathouse here with SalesSite. Are you a coach or consultant on one end of the marketing spectrum or the other? Maybe you spend too much time in your marketing taking away from other areas such as client fulfillment, developing systems, etc. Or maybe you're not spending enough time and your business is growing slowly or not at all. Well, that is why we're here. At SalesSite, we've developed a done-for-you marketing package where me and my team will scale for you while you focus on your clients. We handle all aspects of marketing from your funnels, ads, and a lot more. If you're interested in finding out more about this, go to team.salesite.com slash strategy dash session. Hello, Trailblazers, and welcome to another edition of Entrepreneur Journey. And today, my guest is Maksim Houston, and he is a men's style consultant. And he's going to not only tell us about his entrepreneur journey, but give us some tips in dating and in business on what we can do to better present ourselves as men to accomplish the things that we need to accomplish. How are you today, Maksim?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I'm ready for Turkey Day coming up next week. I'm ready. Usually I work out a lot, but I go off the rails on Thanksgivings.
And I think it's coming among all of us.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I'm going to ask you some questions just so the audience can kind of get to know you better.
Well, as you mentioned, I am a men's style consultant. I help men improve how they appear in the world. And what I do is I basically raise their level of confidence in how they present themselves at work meetings, casual outings, and dates as well.
Awesome. So here's some getting to know you questions. Place that you have not traveled, but you would like to go.
Yeah, that's a tricky question. There's quite a few of those places, but there are three that really stand out to me. One of them is London. The second one is definitely Dubai and Maldives. So I've thought about this, and there's definitely more than one place that I would love to go to that I haven't gotten around to traveling to.
I'm going to expand on that a little bit. Can you tell me why London?
I have friends who've been there, and I've seen the pictures, and it looks so historic, so beautiful. And like one of my best friends said, it's one of the most beautiful cities in the whole entire world. And there's a lot of history in there.
I was going to say, I imagine it's like you have to go to New York, right? Once in your life. London's probably the same thing. You have to go to New York, and you have to go because there are like the iconic world cities, right? So absolutely. Yeah, I can definitely see a good reason to go to London. So I know that you work out. So what is your favorite exercise?
So when I started working out, I was very, very young. I was about 9, 10, and I did a lot of weight training. And what happened is I became really stiff. My muscles became very tight, and I didn't have a lot of range of motion and flexibility. So I realized that once I got into my 20s, so now I focus, for the past 10 years, I've been focused more on the calisthenics, meaning I do a lot of push-ups. I do a lot of pull-ups to where, like, for example, when you do a bench press, you're mostly targeting one muscle group. When you do a push-up, you're hitting many muscle groups. You're doing your shoulders, triceps, you're doing your chest, you're doing your core. Like, for example, when you do a bench press, which is similar to like a push-up, you don't really hit your core much. So my favorite type of workouts are like push-ups and pull-ups and planks to where you're actually covering multiple muscle groups at the same time. And it basically like gives like a stronger body overall, and it's going to be more proportioned. You're going to have more flexibility. You're going to have more range of motion.
Yeah, I realized that myself. I did much like you. I didn't start as young as you, but I did a lot of weight training and didn't really focus as much on my core. But since I've been focusing on my core like the last few years, a tremendous difference in just my entire physical well-being.
Yeah, and the thing is, like most people, they come, like they hit their chest, they hit their arms, but never focus on their core. But core is like a center of everything. And if your core is strong, your whole entire body overall is going to be stronger.
Yeah. So what is a book you just finished and another book that you're about to read?
So I think it's through my 20s, I read a lot of business books, but I never really focused on my relationships, especially romantic. So for the past year or so, I've been focused, especially going through a breakup. I've been focusing more on relationship books, and one of my favorites that I finished is 3% Man, and it's one of those books that I read more than once. And the next book I'm looking toward reading is The Way of Superior Man. But the book, if you're looking to improve your dating life, I would recommend 3% Man by Coach Corey Wayne. And I really heard good things about The Way of Superior Man. So that's a book I'm going to be picking up next.
Nice, nice. What song instantly changes your mood?
There are quite a few because, like, I'm into working out. Sometimes I don't feel it, but I still got to get it done. It's part of my routine. It's non-negotiable. So there are a couple of songs that do change my mood. I would say Yeah by Usher. That's an old classic. I love that song.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets me. It like changes my mood instantly when it comes on. I would say That Power by Will I Am. Mm-hmm. And I would say Kanye West Stronger.
Yeah, I like all those songs. And they're you're right, they're great workout songs to kind of get you pumped up and going. All right, so let's dive into your entrepreneur journey a little bit. Tell us about your entrepreneur journey. How and why did you get started, and what obstacles you faced, and where do you see your entrepreneur journey taking you next?
Well, it really started before I really knew about this teleconsulting. Always I had been, I don't want to say picky, but I've been very selective about what kind of clothes I wore, even when I was 9, 10. Like, for example, like my mom would go shopping for me and I'd be like, I don't like this, I don't like that, but this looks really, really good. And it always kind of came to me naturally and instinctively. I always had like an eye what looks good and what doesn't. So like in my early 20s, I really became into it. And because I was dressed so well, every once in a while, my friends would ask me, hey, like I'm going out on a date. Should I wear this? Should I wear that? What should I wear? So then eventually it kind of clicked. I was talking to a friend and he said, like, he's like, have you heard of an image consultant? And I'm like, yeah, it sounds familiar, but I was like, what is this really? He's like, well, you're just going to help guys dress better for dates and just improve their style overall. And it clicked right away. I'm like, that would be so freaking awesome. Like, I'm one of those guys who enjoys going to malls, going to stores and looking at different clothes. It's something I enjoy. And I'm like, if I can actually get paid for that and start a business out of it, I'm like, that would be incredible. So when I started my business, what happened was I was working with clients one-on-one. So somebody would call me, like I would talk to people and they'd be like, oh, I have this date coming up. I have this work meeting coming up and I want to look clean. I want to look good. So I was like, okay, I can help you with that. So I take them out shopping. I would take them to a good barbershop and kind of get like overall makeover. But now I'm thinking I'm going to transition from working with clients one-on-one to launching my own coaching group to where I'm going to have 10 to 20 people for 8 weeks. It's going to cover diet, exercise, it's going to cover grooming, and last and final call on week 8 is going to be style.
Nice. I love that. So you're kind of covering all the bases. So, go ahead.
The thing is, like, like let's say like you dress really well, but you don't feel good about your grooming, like you don't have a good haircut, you have pimples all over your face, you're not in the best shape. The nice clothes can only do so much. So it all starts with a foundation, which is you.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Exactly what I'm going to cover: diet and exercise as well.
So you're going. Did I hear you right? You're going to bring on other experts as well, like for the health and nutrition part. Is that kind of what I'm understanding?
Potentially, because I have good friends, who are great, like personal trainers, and I have, friends who are, into personal nutrition who, like, I have a good foundation knowledge, but I want my clients to get the best results possible. So I think I'm going to outsource and I'm going to have guest clients, my friends who are personal trainers, who are nutritionists.
Nice. I really love that. And I'm going to be following your journey to kind of see how that evolves. That'd be awesome. So let's hop into some expertise, if you will. What effects on someone's business can knowing how to dress have? Because most of my audiences are entrepreneurs, right? And a lot of them are showing up on video. Most of them online, so they're showing up on video. They're showing up at conferences, et cetera, et cetera. So how can someone dress to have a better effect on their business?
Well, first of all, you have to find your own style. But I think it goes across the board that, your clothes have to fit you well. And people thinking like over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, with COVID, people have been working from home. They've been on Zoom calls. So they don't put a lot of effort into their appearance. And to make it clear, it does. So let's say if you wake up in the morning, you go maybe jump in the shower, you put on a t-shirt, and it's like, like, well, nobody's going to see me all day. I'm just going to be on the Zoom calls or going to be able to see my face. But you yourself know, you didn't put your best foot forward and you can feel it. So you should never skip that crucial portion of your day into putting time and effort into your appearance. Maybe you don't have to look as great as if you have an important business meeting at the office, but you still have to pay attention no matter what.
Yeah, there's to kind of reflect on that. I'm not even sure the name of the book or the person that wrote it, but the premise of it is making your bed, right? And when you first get up in the morning, and how that affects your mentality. I think getting appropriately dressed affects your mentality for the day, right? Like
it's going to affect your entire day. Clear as that. It's like, for example, let's say like the times like when I'm running late and I don't put as much effort, I can feel it throughout the day. It impacts my confidence. It impacts how I feel. I might not approach a person who I look up to. So it does. There's no doubt. It's clear. It's been proven. There's been studies done on it. You're not going to, and even from my own personal experience, like I'm not going to feel as good. I'm not going to be as confident, and I'm not going to be even maybe like a social. I might kind of, it affects the entire game, and it's like the other times, it's like, yeah, like I like to look good, but I don't always look my best. And because of that, when I don't put the effort, I can feel it. It's kind of like when you skip a workout in the morning, it's no big deal, but then you might be a little bit more tired, you're not as focused. So when it comes to dressing well, putting time and effort into your appearance has the same effect.
I totally agree. So let's switch it to dating life. So how would dressing right affect your dating life?
Well, talking to my clients, I often say, like girls that go out, like girls go on a date, they can put time, like hours, if not days, getting their hair done, makeup done, getting their nails done, picking out the best outfit. They can go shopping. They want to look their best. They want to feel good. As guys, we don't really put nowhere amount of effort as girls do. So I'm thinking if a girl I'm going out on a date with is going to look her best, she's going to put effort. I want to be respectful of that. And I want to put, like some time and effort into that. I might not get my hair done, but I'm going to have a nice cologne on. I'm going to put nice deodorant on. I'm going to pick out a good outfit that's going to make me feel better, more confident, and it's going to show respect towards her that I actually do care, and I didn't show up in my random t-shirt and a pair of jeans and didn't even take a shower.
Yeah. And I'm sure I'm not a woman, but I'm sure like the woman would definitely notice that you went through the extra effort. You went the extra mile, and that would be a good reflection on you.
Absolutely. And she's going to be more likely attracted towards you because if you smell good, she's going to be closer to you. If she's closer to you, she's going to build an emotional connection to you faster. But if she's like, like the guy doesn't really smell good, is that a little bit of, body odor right there? Like, what's going on? She's not going to be close to you. She's not going to be as attracted to you. But if you have a nice cologne on, girls love that. And they're going to be sniffing you more. And guess what? If she's closer to you, you might get lucky later.
Yeah, I remember early on, one of my best friends, we were talking about, this was prior when I was dating, and we were talking about attracting women, right? It said you got to be the type of man that would attract the type of woman that you want, right? And I think that plays a lot into that. If you're just dressed down and you don't really take good care of yourself, that's the type of person that you're going to attract, right?
Well, it all comes down to first impression, because like your personality is everything, your character is everything. But guess what? If a girl sees you at a bar, she's not gonna know your personality. She might see you smile. She might be able to tell you, "Hey, this guy's friendly." But if you don't dress well, she might not even notice you to begin with. So like first impression is everything, and the way you present yourself, the way you carry yourself, how you're dressed, how you're groomed, that's the first impression.
Let's talk about cost here, because I know one of the things that you say is that you can look like $1 million without spending $1 million. Can you expand on that a little?
It really depends on the client's budget. Some clients do prefer higher end clothes, but a lot of my clients I do take to like outlets where you can pick out a great looking outfit for under $100.
Nice. So as part of your service do you help them coordinate outfits?
Can you repeat that question?
As part of what you do you help them coordinate the outfits?
I do. So basically, I would be like, hey, this pair of pants goes great with this jacket. This pair of pants goes great with this shirt. I was like, here's the combinations. But I try to make it very simple to where like everything can match without really have to think about it. So I make sure everything is laid out and simple for them.
Yeah, because I know a lot of men struggle. Like that's the whole jeans and t-shirt kind of thing, right? Is like I know this works and I'm gonna just wear it but they don't put a lot of thought into it. And I think that's where your service would like really be helpful.
And here's the interesting fact: a lot of guys, they go out and put on a suit, but the suit doesn't fit them well. The jacket is baggy, the pants run too long. I can take the same guy, put on a t-shirt and jeans on him. He's gonna look a million times better going out, and he's gonna feel more confident. But he thinks he's all cool, he thinks he's impressing somebody. But if a suit doesn't fit you well, if it's baggy, you're not gonna look good. Like you can take the same guy in the same shape and you can throw on t-shirts and jeans on him and sneakers. If it's the right t-shirt and jeans, he is going to look so much better. So it's not so much about type about it.
Go ahead.
But the point being is it's not much about the outfit you're wearing, it's about how you're wearing that outfit, how does the outfit fit you. And that's an important concept.
Do you recommend then if someone has the money to have a few things specifically tailored to fit them?
I think every guy should get his clothes tailored, especially when it comes to sweaters. Suits are, that's not negotiable. Yeah. T-shirts and jeans, you can often find like most of my stuff because I know what I'm doing. I get a lot of my clothes tailored, but t-shirts and jeans, like I'm almost never gonna have. I'm a fairly short guy, so like all my pants, like it's hard for me to find a pair of jeans or a pair of pants off the rack that are not gonna be too long. So to me, I almost tailor every single pair of my pants because they cannot bunch up on your shoes. But I highly do recommend overall jackets, shorts especially, have to be tailored to get the best possible fit, to kind of personalize it for you.
Yeah, I've realized that going shopping myself and being kind of a bigger guy, that when I try something on, like it looks good on the rack, but then when I try it on, it doesn't look good on me because it's not built to fit me, right?
And that's where a good tailor
yeah
plays a role. So you can still buy the shirt. Let's say for example, you buy a shirt, size up, and it's too big for you. Maybe not for you personally, but you really like it. It's like I want to have this. So you take it to a tailor. I remember one time I bought an overcoat. It was a medium, but I'm actually small. So I'm like, I was like, I really like this. I only have one left. I was like, and the price is good. So I still bought it, and my tailor took care of it. And that was 7 years ago. I still have this coat to this day.
Awesome. So what piece of clothing does every professional man need to have in his closet, in your opinion? Or in your expert opinion, let's say?
I would say definitely you got to have nice button-down shorts. You got to have nice chinos, nice button, and you got to have dress shoes, whether it's like wingtips or a pair of good loafers. So there's more than one. So every guy would have to have a dress shirt.
Okay. Awesome.
And a good pair of dress pants, yeah.
Okay, so something that their closet shouldn't just be jeans and t-shirts.
No. Even during pandemic, even if you don't leave the house, like you're gonna feel better in a nice button-down shirt than a t-shirt.
So how much does personality and self-confidence come into play when selecting a wardrobe?
Yeah, you have to. Like for example, let's say if you have a leader of it can all depend on your personality, really. So, for example, let's say if you're a leader of a bike gang, you're probably not going to look really good in a suit, and vice versa, or a nice pink polo. Mm-hmm. But for example, if you're, in college, you're a prep boy, you might look really good in a pink polo. So it comes down to who you are, your lifestyle, your personality, and that's going to affect. Like most of my clients are professionals. Professionals are younger guys, 40 and under, 25 to 40, they're maybe out of college. So it's going to really depend. That's crucial. Your personality, your type of lifestyle is directly going to affect what you're going to be wearing, what suits you.
So just kind of follow up on that. So if you're kind of an extrovert and you're kind of out there, like maybe brighter colors, that sort of thing would fit your personality. Whereas if you're more reserved, maybe I don't know. I'm not a stylist, so I'm just asking you. So like darker colors, more reserved, things like that.
I wouldn't say so much extrovert or introvert, but it depends. Like if you're a little bit more outgoing, you're probably gonna be wearing brighter colors naturally. If you're a little bit more quiet, like you kind of keep it to yourself, you're probably gonna be wearing gray, like darker shades a bit.
Okay. Awesome. So how does someone, if they want to find out more about you and how you can help them dress to impress, how do they find out more about you?
They can reach out to my email, which is maxim.houston@hotmail.com. And they can also find me on Instagram, which is Maxim, Maxim, like the magazine, R as in Richard, and Houston, like Houston, Texas. That's my Instagram. So it's probably two best places to reach me at.
Okay. Do you have a website or anything like that we can point people to?
I do have a website, but everything took it down because right now I'm transforming my business model because I'm not going to be working with clients one. I'm still taking clients one-on-one, but right now, like took my website down for the past 2 months because right now I'm in the transition of changing up my business model. So I want to focus is working clients more over Zoom call, having group coaching rather than one-on-one. But if anybody wants to reach out to me and they need help, I do have clients in person and over Zoom call. And obviously I'm willing to travel, but if I travel, the hotel and the airfare, of course, has to be covered. But I do help a lot of clients who live far away from me over Zoom call, over Skype call. That always works. Even a WhatsApp call would work as well.
Yeah, I imagine, especially if someone has an important event that they want to get ready for, that you traveling and helping them prepare for that event is super, super valuable. And as a business person, maybe you're speaking in front of a crowd or you're at a conference or something like that, and you want to, there is so much financial gain that could be gotten by presenting your best self and having the most amount of confidence that you can possibly have when you're presenting in front of a group of people. And someone like Maxim can definitely help you do that. We're going to put links to his social below, and anything else that he sends us that we can use to help you reach out to him, we're going to put below this video. So be sure to reach out to Maxim, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you so much, Nick.